Alright, what's up everybody? You're on deck with Third Eye Cam, and today's date is August 2nd, 2020. The time right now is 13:52. I just want to take a moment to, apart from my normal um, video that I show you all, and take a moment to reflect on something that I've been pondering for the past 4 years. 2019, last year, I started my whole Third Eye Cam deal. Before that, I was taking pictures. I've always been interested in space, the sky. I'm not necessarily one of those alien freak type of peoples that get kind of caught up on the whole alien deal. I look at myself as a sentient being. But I've been wanting to really put this story out, but I've been hesitant because I want people to start coming at me like I'm a whack job. So to establish, straight out, this is for all the intellects, for all those people who are intellectually based and genuinely interested in transcending. Alright, so I'm just gonna get right into it. 2016, January 20th. I was in my apartment, and pretty much for decades, about a decade and some change, I've been waking up like we all do between 2, 3, and 4 in the morning. And sometimes I just wake up and just kind of lie there in the bed, and I've been doing it for decades. And plus, I was a Marine, so we're used to waking up at 0 dark 30, whether we go use the restroom or just kind of lay there and ponder on some things and go back to sleep until it's time for us to get up. But I've been doing this for decades, and really the only thing that is on my mind when I wake up at night is like how to get through the upcoming day and not get railroaded by foolish people, police, accidents, irritations, emotions, and death, if you can avoid it. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of stuff that's on my mind constantly. How to have a good, easy day, like relaxed, stress-free. After having been in the military, I get stressed a lot. But this one particular night, January 20th, 2016, 2016, and now it's 2020. I'm deciding to come out with this story. August 2nd, 2020. And like I said, there's a reason why I didn't want to bring this out, because I didn't want anybody to be like, this guy's crazy. Alright, so I was laying in the bed wide awake, kind of looking up at the ceiling, and the street light. I'm on the 3rd floor of my apartment, and the street light is pretty much right below my window. So I was wide awake, and I was kind of just laying there wide awake, and then I noticed on the wall on my side of the bed there was an oval greenish ring that kind of lit up like a spherical green ring. It was like the color of the Incredible Hulk, his skin complexion, but this was a light aura, and it was a halo, and this being right here stuck its head through. And I just kind of laid there and looked at it, and I started asking myself, am I dreaming? I know I'm not dreaming. I'm wide awake. I've been awake for the past 5 minutes. And, when you look straight ahead, it stuck its head to my right side of me, on my right side. It stuck its head through, and it kind of looked like, how you look straight, and it was looking straight ahead, and it scanned the room. And as it swiveled its head in my direction and looked at me. And I didn't have this feeling of horror. I just had this calm feeling, but I couldn't move. And I was wide awake. I'm like, there's no panic, but I'm wide awake. And we stood there and looked at each other for a minute. And it stuck its head through the wall, through the green aura. So there was a green ring, like you know how you see it in the movies where there's a translucent like for something to walk through or look or reach through, like in those space, those sci-fi movies, including what was it, Spider-Man, when he was battling the Crow or the Hulk, and the guy went through the top of the vehicle as it was moving to steal some resources. So this thing stuck its head. This being stuck its head through the wall, through the green aura. Head eased in straight, and then he eased real slow and looked at me. And when he realized I was awake, I kind of started shaking, because I could not move. So I guess it paralyzed me with whatever technology it had. And I don't normally believe in this stuff, but this stuff really happened. And it perplexed me. It didn't upset me. It didn't freak me out, because I believe there are other beings out there. But the thing visited me. And his head was an oval shape. His skin was grayish whitish. And his eyes were green, like a cat, exactly like my cat, and it had black iris. My cat has that I have a gray cat, and he has a beautiful gray around his eyes, a beautiful gold in his eyes, like a goldish greenish hue, and the iris was black. So he had cat eyes, and it just kind of astounded me. And what's so funny is I have a cat now that's gray with a little bit of white in his fur, and he has those greenish goldish eyes with black irises. So I named this being Jerry, and I've been pondering and sitting on this for the past many years. I drew it up, so this is the picture that you're looking at of it, and it looked exactly like that. Aside from the specific details, this is what I generally got of it. It was a beautiful creature. It was very peaceful. It looked very intelligent. It looked like it wasn't going to cause me any harm. It just was there, relaxing, looking at me. And I drew it up that very day when the sun came up. I actually got up because I went back to sleep after pondering on it, after it kind of eased its head back out of that green aura, and that light kind of just dwindled down and diminished. And I was wondering if it was either checking on me or transferring some information to me. And all I know is that after that, all these comets started coming in, and these little planetoid moons that I started seeing, and then I started catching UFOs, and I started catching little deals on my page that you've been seeing. It's like maybe it was leading me to see all this stuff. Maybe it endowed me with that vision to see all that, because if you look on my page, even though I don't have a lot of subscribers right now, I've been catching some phenomenal events, and I don't even look for stuff like this, y'all. I barely had an interest in it, and that prompted me to, even before I came up with the name Third Eye Cam. The reason why Third Eye Cam is available, I'm the third of 3 children. I have an older brother, I have an older sister, and I'm the last born. So I was third born. I, as in my individual and my fraternity, I'm a member of Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated. And Cam, because I love cameras. I love having a camera on me. And also that Third Eye Cam has more significance to it. If you take out the 3 RD and the C, it has I am. That's what God called himself. So I got God in that. But that's the reason for all that name. So I pondered on that name. Like it was pretty much effortlessly. I've always heard of third eye. Everybody has a third eye in their head, and that's also where the initial jump came from. I've always said, well, I have a clear third eye when I see. I can see through people. I can see into things. I can read through people. I can look into situations and find a solution. And I just added the camera to it. I have a lot of cameras, over the years. And the reason why that is so is because I had my first child. I had a little girl when I was living in Hawaii. Her name was Aaliyah Leilani. That was the name I gave her. Aaliyah, as in my favorite singer when she was alive. Because the night she died, I cried really bad because I got to meet her one time when I was in college when she was touring. So So I named my daughter that. I always knew I was gonna name my daughter that. And Leilani means heavenly flower in Hawaiian. Well, that year was it 2003. She was born February 13th, 2003, and she passed March 8th, 2003. So I only had her for 23 days. So, she never made it out of the island of Hawaii alive. And she died from complications. Things I care not to go into right now because it involved another person not taking care of themselves, i.e. the mom. But I'm going to leave that at that. But, that's where the third eye came from. And all that. And the reason why I keep a camera is because I miss those very important moments with her. And back then they didn't have any GoPros. They just had standard cameras, and they didn't have I have a small camera that's slightly bigger than my GoPro called a Fujifilm. I didn't even have that camera. They had some big awkward cameras in the early 2000s. That technology was not available to us now like what I have. And I could, at the time, did not afford a 35 millimeter. I really wasn't thinking about that. But now I have, GoPros, 35 millimeters, mid-sized cameras, and telescopes because I like looking up into space. And it's not that I couldn't afford it back then. I wasn't focused on it. Now that I am older and wiser, I focus on this stuff. So with that, my friend Alien Jerry came to visit me, and that's the name I gave him, Jerry. That's his code name, and this is what Jerry looks like. And he looks quite intelligent, and that's the expression he had on his face. He had a decent, intelligent smile. There was no hostility. I didn't feel a hostile vibe or energy. I was really trying to get up to touch him, so I started shaking, and I think I startled him, so he easily just backed out. And I haven't seen Jerry since, but I've been seeing a lot of UFOs. I just want to bring that to y'all real quick. Tell me what you think, please, because this is a serious deal. A lot of people are seeing UFOs now. A lot of people have talked about being abducted by aliens. I've never been abducted by an alien. I've never had lost time. That was my first and only visit that I know of while I was awake. I don't know if I've had any other visits while I was asleep. But Jerry looks like a doctor, like a PhD, a medical type PhD, or some kind of engineer or scientist. And I didn't really get into this whole deal. This is what Jerry looked like. But yeah, like I said, please let me know what you think. Now I understand if you say, "Guy, you're crazy," because I don't believe in that, because my mind hasn't transcended to that level yet. But don't berate me by saying you're an idiot, you're a foolish, or you're a jackass, or you're stupid, because the Bible speaks about these beings being here. A lot of people are speaking about them. I was actually visited, and I was wide awake, minding my business. But it was a friendly visit. And like I said, I've been pondering on putting this out there, because I did not want to be harassed by anybody. And trust me, nobody's doing any mind control of me. I can feel energy, and I can feel good energy and bad energy. Every day above my head, I feel energy of beings flying over. And that's why I bought my camera, so I could actually show y'all what I'm seeing. And I'm steadily going to keep catching them until I lose interest, or I lose my mind, or I lose my life. Meaning just pass on. Not as in like anything violent, but just a peaceful transition from the flesh to the spirit world. But I'm quite fascinated with that living. I feel like I came from that type of existence. I truly do. I've always felt like I'm not a part of this world, because this world is really based on false foundations. And at one point the world was real, but now everything feels false. You got a lot of false people with a lot of false distractions, creating false situations. And from politics to law to policemen, everybody's creating something that's really not the true narrative. And really, I have no problem coming out with this story, but my alien homie friend looks really intelligent, and heck, for all I know, I was looking at myself in the future. Ain't I good looking? But no, that's my book. That's Jerry. That's what I named him. Pretty sure his name is more complex than that. But he looks highly intelligent. Yeah, please tell me what you think. Please, anybody tell me if you've seen anything like this, not on TV, I'm talking about in a dream or wide awake. Please tell me, because like we need to put this all together. I don't need no governmental people coming in to try to debunk me, because I just recently had this visit and I was wide awake. You know, I was pondering on going to the bathroom at that time, and sometimes it takes me a minute to actually go there. But yeah, I was wide awake, and Jerry came to visit me. Alright, so I appreciate you. Please watch, like, subscribe, and share, and please give a comment. And if you want to donate to my Patreon, I appreciate that too. And it's under Third Eye Cam. Just go to Patreon, type in Third Eye Cam, and you know, shoot, you can give $1, you can give 50 cents. And what this is for me to further my research, because something has me on research all of a sudden. I'm not doing this for money, or you know what I'm saying, trying to get quick rich scheme. I really kind of want to go around the world and film from different parts of the world. And you know, a lot of people make their living off YouTube. I could bring a lot to you all with my research, but I need your help. Just $1. If a lot of people gave $1, or if you gave more, that'd be, you know, I'd be gratefully, eternally thankful. And I'm a smart and intelligent person. I'm not a scammer. I know how to turn around and make that money work, and then start hooking my peoples up. But yeah, if you could donate to my page, that'd be greatly, humbly appreciative. Alright, Third Eye Cam. Please watch, like, subscribe, and share, like I said before. And I'm out. Poof.